All right, Jesse on Fire, welcome back to the channel. So, Sean Strickland has been on a rampage, son. My goodness. He's been on a rampage, dude. He was talking, before 274, he was heavy into Pat and Rose on the, on that grooming thing, which, by the way, is based on faulty information, you guys. Like, the base assumption that everyone is basing this whole thing on is not accurate. Not accurate. Anyway, but then also this last week, like he made some comments about Khabib, which Khabib and his wife, which I won't, out of respect for Khabib, I won't go over them. But yeah, I mean, look, like the point of this video is not like specifically what he said. I've made pretty clear, dude. I like Sean Strickland a lot. Like, I think he's hilarious, and I think that what he's doing is going to work. In terms of promoting him as a brand and as a personality. Like, people know him, like people know him. If he wasn't doing all the antics, would people know Sean Strickland? Probably not. It's like, he's winning fights too, but I mean, like, his profile is much bigger because he doesn't give a single solitary fuck. He says whatever he wants, Now, I pride myself on pretty much also not giving a fuck. But as an example today, I'm not going anywhere near the stuff he said about Khabib or his wife. That's a topic I'm not touching, out of respect for Khabib and his people. And so what the video is about, really, honestly, is about how far is like the right way to put, like, how far can you push before you push too far. And I don't mean too far, like in terms of, I'm not talking like, like let's say that the Masvidal and Colby thing's exactly, whatever. I'm not talking about like, oh, he said something about his kids, and so this guy's justified in attacking this guy. I'm not talking about that at all. I'm talking about like, how far can you push before it's actually a detriment to your career, Like that's all. And I'm talking all facets, like, because normally, the only thing that matters is how much are people talking about you. Literally the only thing. That's the only thing that matters normally. That's why I was telling, like I was saying, like, about Pat and Rose and the, Carla Esparza fight. I was like, look, I know this seems as if like, it's like, oh, terrible fight. Like it's bad energy. It's not, dude. I mean, people didn't like the fight. But there's a reason why people remember it, right? This was the most boring fight ever. And thus, you can turn that attention into a rematch, and a rematch that'll be highly anticipated. Even though it doesn't make sense. It doesn't seem like it makes sense. No, that won't be a highly anticipated rematch. Yes, it will. It absolutely will. Because people will remember that one, and they'll be like, geez, I wonder what's going to happen in this one. Curiosity. What's going to be different? I'm not, I'm telling you, I'm correct about that. And so under normal circumstances, like, the attention is all that matters. That's it. People are talking about you. That's good. And here's the other thing, dude. You think Sean doesn't know what he's doing? Like, does anyone actually think that Sean is not being strategic with the stuff that he puts out? Because I would just say, like, it seems quite coincidental that he's talking about Pat and Rose, though fight week before Rose fights, like, whatever that stupid rumor is that's not true, whatever that is, that's been around for a lot longer than fight week. So why do you think Strickland's bringing it up now? He understands what he's doing. He's gaining attention. He's playing the fight game. I mean, that just is what it is, And with Strickland too, like, there's something about the way that he does it where you kind of like, it's not like malicious, At least that's not, I mean, how I read it, it's not malicious, But again, getting back to the original point of the video, it's like, okay, but if you're talking about that, that stuff, and I realize I'm being kind of cagey because I'm not going to say it, but like stuff, religion stuff, like, and like a guy and his wife, especially in like about that type of like, that kind of talk. I mean, I assume most of you guys have seen it. So, but about that kind of topic with a family that's in that culture. Like, dude, like, I mean, look, I think I've made pretty clear that, like, I will say whatever on this channel. And if I'm not even going to allude to what we're talking about, then I think personally that's not good for the brand. Like I think for yours, I mean, like, for anybody or whatever, like for Sean's, it's like, and the reason I say that is because it's like Dana and the guys that promote won't like that. And I know it sounds contradictory because I know Conor kind of does that shit, like kind of, Conor did the thing, like when Khabib's wedding pictures came out and Conor said the thing about the veil or whatever. Believe me, like I understand, like, and they still promoted him. Like Conor's different. Like Conor's already as big as the entire sport combined, So like the rules are different. Like with someone who's an up and coming star that has some juice. And here's the thing, Chael said this on his channel too. Like like I've said a million times, like if you want to know what the organization's thinking, watch Chael's channel because Chael in a lot of cases speaks for the organization. And I'm going to say exactly what they said. But real quick before I do, if you like no, not that. I was going to say, I want to thank one of my favorite sponsors, Yo Kratom. So if you're a Kratom user, it's the bomb at Yo Kratom. It's $60 kilograms. I don't even need to say anything else except that it's the exact same quality, just as good or better. It's exactly where I ordered it from. The kilograms for $60. It's legitimately at least 5 times less than what you'll pay if you go to the store and buy in, smaller portions. At least, if not much, much more. Matter of fact, I've been misquoting that. It's like 10 times, 10, 20 times less expensive in certain cases if you buy it. Anyway, it's neither here nor there. Yo Kratom, it's a bomb. That's where I use it. They have all the different strains. That's where I get mine. Trust me, you will like it. YoKratom.com. That's YO Kratom.com. Anyway, so when it comes to this, like, so when Chael did his video about this exact topic, about Sean Strickland specifically, he was saying like, he thinks that he's playing a dangerous game. And like when it comes to title shots, that this could come in and like, you don't want to say certain types of things because when it comes to title shots. Now, here's the other thing about that actually. And I didn't even think about this at the time. But one of the things that Sean was saying back then was he made some kind of like, he's like, I don't know. It's some kind of like that's gay or something I thought was funny. Yeah. In this case, I thought it was funny. The jokes that he was making at the expense of, I can't remember exactly what he said. I think he might've said the F word that starts with F and is a 3-letter word, ends with G with an A in the middle or something like that. But I think that I bet actually one of the things Chael was thinking, and I just thought of this on the spot, is that Disney owns ESPN and they are woke AF. What? No, I'm not swearing. Woke as fuck. Super woke, like to the point where it's like, ooh, I would suggest scaling back on that specific topic because as we found out a couple months later, they have people that are in leadership positions that are like, yes, I think the CEO actually saw, as the proud parent of a pansexual and transsexual child, I signed off on this. And then like the head of programming is all like my like really not very secret agenda to like cram LGBT stuff into our content. And you're like, what? And they own ESPN. So the point is like, there is going to be like the champion is so much more visible than anybody else. And I would imagine before Sean got a title shot, Dana would probably have this conversation with him, maybe. Actually, I don't know. I actually don't know. And I don't even know if what I'm saying is accurate. It's possible that like you could say whatever the hell you want and it won't affect your career. But I would bet that in terms of like marketability, which ultimately leads to, paydays, who knows though? I mean, because the more a person hates the more like people hate a person, the more likely they are to pay to watch them get beat up. I don't know though, dude, like the religion stuff. And I'm far from like a clutch my pearls guy, but I don't know, man. Like when it's like specific about a dude who never says anything negative about anybody and their wife, I don't know. It's a bridge too far for me personally, or not a bridge too far for me personally. Like, I mean, but just like, I wouldn't say it, and I would imagine it might maybe impact the career negatively, but I will say this. I love Khabib. I love Islam Makhachev. I love Ali Abdelaziz. I love their whole motherfucking team. I also love Sean Strickland. And I also love Rose Namajunas and Pat. I got nothing but love in my heart, baby. So I must be an FG. Just kidding. Anyway, that's what I got. Peace.